New Guinea today, and as many of you have written in the past, one of the aspects of this program that you really enjoy is the ability to travel to other countries and go to other places and hear about other places and countries and cultures without actually going there. That's really one of the beauties of Letterbox, and certainly this is a letter that really illustrates just how well that can be achieved, that travel and that armchair traveling that we sometimes talk about. This is a letter that comes to us from Papua New Guinea. Michael Barber is his name, and he writes an extensive letter. And without saying much more, I want to let Michael do the talking through his letter. It begins this way. Hello again, Letterbox, from PNG. I recently mailed you a letter saying that I am a new shortwave listener, a new Peace Corps volunteer. I just had to write you again and let you know more about where I am and what's going on in my part of the world. Papua New Guinea, or PNG as we often say here, is an island nation in the South Pacific, just north of Australia, which you are probably aware of. PNG is made up of many various-sized islands scattered throughout the area, and the mainland area of PNG is the eastern half of the large New Guinea island. The people here are Malaysian, most akin to the Aborigines of Australia, Melanesian, which is what often comes to mind when one thinks of...
They're Melanesians, not Malaysians.
PNG has over 700 different Malaysian languages, one main broken English language, or talk pidgin, and common English is spoken as well. It is quite amazing. At my school, most of the students are under 16 years old, and they are fluent in at least 3 languages, sometimes more if their parents come from different parts of PNG. My work has placed me on the island of New Britain, just to the northeast of New Guinea. I'm a high school agricultural teacher at Kokopo High School. Our farms overlook the ocean, and we have a few nice palm trees to help create that South Pacific atmosphere. The people here are called Tolais, and their indigenous language is called Kwanwa, which is considerably more difficult to learn than talk pidgin. Kokopo is a small town just to the south of Rabaul, which is quite a large town, and will probably appear on most world maps. Rabaul is probably most famous for its World War II history. During the war, Rabaul was the main Japanese headquarters and stronghold for the entire South Pacific region. Interestingly enough, there are World War II reminders everywhere in the form of cemeteries, wrecked and rusted planes and ships, and believe it or not, unexploded bombs and ammunition are commonly found. Some of the wrecks are lying on the ocean floor and make for good scuba dives, in addition to the many coral reefs that surround the area. Let me just stop down here for a minute and say we're in the middle of reading Michael Barber's letter, who's writing to us from and about Papua New Guinea. And he continues, all of the PNG islands are volcanically formed, and there are quite a number of active volcanoes near Rabaul. Minor earthquakes occur seemingly every day, with all of the geological action going on. Consequently, we have quite a bit of volcanic rock in our school gardens, but it makes for pretty good soil for growing our crops. We can grow a number of crops, including your typical tropical crops like bananas, pineapples, cassava, and coconuts, as well as normal vegetables such as cabbage, tomatoes, green peppers, sweet corn, cucumbers, and watermelons. Also, our farms have chickens and some soon-to-arrive pigs. We recently had a vote to pick the names of the pigs, and the students chose Bossy and Jossie. Pretty funny, huh? As for myself, I come from the United States, as all PCVs do, Peace Corps volunteers that is, and my home state is Illinois. Chicago is the first place in Illinois which usually comes to mind, but Nashville, Tennessee is actually closer to my home, both geographically and culturally. I am from a place we call Southern Illinois, which is nestled in between Missouri and Kentucky, bordered by the Mississippi and Ohio rivers. Some people from other parts of the world might have heard of SIUC, or Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, which has quite a substantial population of foreign students. Many times when I hear letters from countries around the world, it will remind me of some of the friends I made from those countries when I was at SIUC. And finally, Michael Barber signs off by saying, well, the latest question is what thing would we most like to see happen or take place this year? I put considerable thought into this, and there are, of course, many problems facing our world, which would be nice indeed to see a solution to. That something that I'm looking forward to. On a less serious note, one thing that would make us all very happy here at Kokopo High School would be to see Jossie have a nice, healthy litter of piglets. And then Michael Barber signs off, "Look 'em you behind." That's Top Pigeon for I'll see you later. Sincerely, Michael W. Barber, a Peace Corps volunteer at Papua New Guinea. And Michael, let me say thank you very much for a wonderful letter. Very detailed, very descriptive. Obviously, you love what you're doing, where you are, and you have shared that with us today on the program. And there's really nothing else I can say. You have said it all in your letter. One thing, though, before signing off, just as an aside, I know the area that you was originally from, Illinois there, because I was at school in Alton, Illinois. You may be familiar with where that is. And one of the things that we did on our soccer team and our track team during the years that I was there was we played matches against SIUC. So I am very familiar with your area of the world. It's nice to make that connection, even though we are very far apart. It is good to hear from you. Keep in touch with us and let us know how the Peace Corps work is going. If you would like to get in touch with us here at Letterbox, our address is Letterbox, P.O. Box 860, Boston, MA, USA, and the postal code 02123. And that brings us to the end of our news program on Monitor Radio International.